You guys are balancing on a yoga mat. That is how much faith I have in this video. Hey you guys, it's been a while. I didn't necessarily mean for it to be a while. I can make an update video. Right now, you're just here to know the lucid dreaming tips. This is the second time I filmed this video because
I lost the memory card last time I did it.
So hopefully I don't miss the mark for what I wanted this video to be, but I'm just gonna hop right in and try it again and not lose the memory card this time. So for those of you that don't know, I have
this YouTube channel
and I am slowly incorporating more lucid dreaming aspects to it. I have a couple other lucid dreaming videos up on my channel, these and this. So if you want to check those out, go right ahead. But today's video is top 5 tips. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. Top 5 tips for lucid dreaming. So let's get into this. This is not for once you're already in lucid dreaming, for like, so I'm gonna have another video about top 5 tips for being in a lucid dream. Does that make sense? I don't know how it's gonna be worded, but anyways, this video is getting you to that point. So if you are having a hard time lucid dreaming, here are some tips that I've come across. I've been lucid dreaming since I was very, very young, and these are just some things that I have come across that if I was like having a hard time getting into it, this is what I would recommend to you, because let's just get into this. Let's get into this. Tip number 1 is fall asleep while listening to something. So you're gonna notice in these tips that some of them have to do with your senses. So while you're going to sleep and your brain is resting, all your senses are basically in a state of rest, right? Well, if you want to lucid dream and kind of have that sense of awakeness, but while you're asleep, lots of times listening to something has really helped me with that, or at least I lucid dream quite often, to be honest with you guys. So whether I wanted to lucid dream or not, if I was listening to something, I would lucid dream. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think of an example. Have you ever fallen asleep with the radio on or your music on, and you're like slowly starting to get out of your sleep or slowly falling asleep? Your dream has something to do with that music or something to do with that commercial or whatever was playing. That is what I am. Like a movie, have you fallen asleep watching a movie and then like kind of dreamt about it? That is why I say listen to something while you are falling asleep, because it takes something from like real life, your awake life, and it makes you a little like anchor there. Does that make sense? So you still like have kind of some sort of sense of awakeness to use your... I hope that makes sense. If you need more explanation or you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I know I kind of go through things and I forget things, so tip number 1, listen to something while you're falling asleep. But with that tip, I will say that these are just tips to get you started with lucid dreaming and kind of get you a feel for it. Obviously, you might not want to lucid dream to just whatever on the TV or whatever you're listening to while falling asleep. Like you might want to be more creative than that and like have a good time. But these are definitely things that are going to get you a feel for it so that you can probably just do it by yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, tip number 2 is fall asleep in an unconventional spot for you. So what I mean by this is, and slightly uncomfortable also, obviously don't put you in a place like of any sort of danger. I just mean like moving to your couch if you don't normally sleep on your couch, or go sleep on the floor somewhere. Like, you know, when you're traveling and you're in a hotel, you're obviously not able to just relax completely right off the bat as you would your normal sleeping place. So that kind of brings a sense of awareness, if that makes sense. Oh my god, this video. It puts you in a different mindset and more of an aware mindset, if that makes sense. So you might be falling asleep, you might dream about something that's gonna happen or whatever. It just, again, it creates that anchor for a sense of yours. Okay, tip number 3. After you wake up for the day, first off, pick a day that is not very important to you. Pick a day that you don't mind feeling groggy and
disgusting
for the rest of the day. So obviously don't do this on a work night. school, whatever you've got going on. And this tip is going back to sleep after you have woken up and normally would get out of bed to get ready for the day. So let's say you wake up at 7 and then you get out of bed. Wake up at 7 and go back to sleep. Just like stay in bed and go back to sleep. Some of my most lucid times when dreaming is when I am, obviously it's in your REM cycle, which is not your deepest sleep. It's like right when you're falling asleep and right when you're waking back up, because it's your like sense of most awareness. That's why using some type of sense that is still in your like waking world. Oh my god, this video sounds nuts. Really helps to bring that sense of control into your dreams, into your dreaming world. So if you go back to sleep after you have already woken up, you are going back into that REM cycle. So you're already tired enough to just like fall back asleep, if you know what I mean. Like you wake up for school, let's say your alarm goes off for school, you wake up and then you fall back asleep. Like you're just so much able to fall back asleep. But that is your beginning stages of sleep, obviously, so it is your REM cycle. That is when you lucid dream. You sleep shallower. Have you ever woken up for school and got ready for it in your dreams like 4 or 5 times just to wake up an hour later and realize you're still in your bed? And that was all just a bunch of dreams? That's lucid dreaming for you. So, though it's not the most ideal version of it, that is what it is. So if you can get to that state, you can kind of understand the feeling of it and how to get to it. So yes, tip number 3 is go back to sleep after you normally wake up. I'm pretty confident you will have some lucid dreams. Maybe they're not the most quality, maybe you're just getting ready for work, but then you'll know the feeling and you can get into it at a more regular, like on your own. Okay, my tip number 4 might be a bummer, but fall asleep sober. It makes your REM cycles a lot shorter, so you just like kind of knock out and go into a much deeper sleep, and you deep sleep more than you normally would in a night. So if you're looking to lucid dream, just cut those out, setting yourself up for success, because those will shorten the amount of time that you will even be able to lucid dream. So tip number 5, the last tip, we have made it. I am so sorry this video has been so ridiculously crazy. I feel this is my first few videos of this and I feel a little crazy talking about it, even though I know there's a whole community here on YouTube, and obviously you're watching this video, you're a little crazy too, you wanna know how to lucid dream too. So number 5 is give your dreams more attention, emotion, thought throughout your like waking day, like throughout the day whilst you are awake. The more emotion and dreams you put towards it and the more thought you put towards it just sets you up better for success, and it gives you more of a reason to lucid dream, if you know what I mean. In the next coming video, when I talk about tips while you're in lucid dreaming, one of them is to really give yourself a purpose for lucid dreaming. Give yourself a task, because you will accomplish more and you'll just get more out of your dreams. So if you are just once a month you're thinking about, hey, I want to lucid dream, and you try to lucid dream one night, doesn't work, I'm sorry, and then you just like kind of, let it go till the next month, that's probably not going to work super great for you. It is a whole nother skill, and the more time, effort, and thought you put into it, the better the outcomes are going to be, and the better it's going to be. So right before I close off this video, I do want to say that these tips might not give you the most quality lucid dreams, but they will get you to lucid dream so that you can get a feel for it for yourself, so you can then create your own lucid dream, if you know what I mean. Obviously, if you fall asleep listening to something, watching a movie, you're probably gonna start lucid dreaming about that in that session. But after you get a feel for it and you understand kind of how to get into it and what it feels like, because the main issue is realizing you're in a dream, right? That's kind of the main thing you gotta the main hurdle you gotta get over. If you practice these things that are sure to get you to lucid dream, you can then it's kind of like college, where you're going through all these classes for your profession, what you really want to do, right? You're very passionate about it, but then these classes, they're just not the best. They're obviously not what you want to be doing entirely, but they set you off for success in your profession. Take these tips as classes. Classes aren't fun, but you gotta do them. So Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for joining me on this little lucid dream chat. If you have any tips, please leave it in the comments below, as we would love to hear them. And if you have any video recommendations or anything you want to see on the lucid dreaming aspect or any aspect, just leave it in the comments below as well. I love to chat with you guys. I love to kind of like figure out what you guys actually want to watch. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one if you watch it.